What's up, everyone? I thought I would finally put together a quick review of my Mavic Mini. I am a first-time drone owner, so this was a first purchase for me as far as drones go. I got the Mavic Mini, I got the Fly More combo, and today we're going to do a quick overview of my experience so far with it. Yeah, so I got the Fly More combo. So with the Fly More combo, you get this hard case that comes with it. The hard case is super awesome, protects the drone, keeps it safe. I've spilt water on this, taken it on some rough hikes, and it has done great. In addition to the hard case, you get a 3 battery pack charger. It comes with 3 batteries. This has been awesome. I definitely could not have done a lot of the footage that I did with a single battery, so great piece to have. And then obviously with the drone, you get the controller and the drone itself, which is super small. It all fits right in this hard case, which is awesome to have. So a couple things on the drone, just to start out with, is the drone is awesome. I've had a really good experience with it thus far. It's really easy to pick up, it's really easy to learn, and it's a great deal for what you get in the drone. It flies great in bad weather. So I've had this in some pretty windy conditions, and the drone has flown exceptionally well in really windy conditions. If you see here on this shot, this was one of the windiest conditions I had. It was probably 20 to 25 mile an hour winds. We were pretty high altitude here going up on a backpacking trip, and the drone did great. I didn't lose it. It was a little tough landing, but we were able to work it all out. So one caveat, one thing I have noticed and did notice when I first got the drone. So in reading and doing some investigating online, my drone at the beginning I kept getting an error that said you have reached your max capacity or max power limit on the battery in the drone itself. And what I noticed is reading online, the factory rotors that come with it, these are the rotors right here, the factory rotors that come with it, when they package it, they get deformed in the packaging. And so when you first get it, one of the recommendations is to switch out the original rotors that it came with for some new ones. So I did that, switched all of them on all 4 wings, and solved the problem. I haven't had any max capacity issues or any other issues flying the drone since then. So briefly, I just want to touch on some pros and some cons of this drone. So let's start with the cons, things I didn't like about it. So for how small the drone is, you get a pretty small sensor on this camera. So if you look right here, you can see the camera sensor right here. Pretty small, and in really harsh lighting, midday lighting, the camera washes out. So you get really white shots, really washed out footage. For a drone this small, for how small the camera is, that's to be expected. But that is one of the major draws if you're filming at midday or high sun, high harsh conditions, the lighting can get pretty bad. The next part is setup. Setup of this drone, and this is true for any DJI drone, any Mavic or Mavic Pro, Mavic Air, whatever it may be. The setup is kind of a pain. You have to take the drone out of the case, and it's just not a quick process. You have to put the battery in it, you have to put the controller together, it has to connect, it has to find the GPS. Sometimes if it's colder conditions, it has to warm up the central computer. Just a lot goes into it. If you're looking to get a quick shot in the moment and whip the drone out and get it up flying, a lot of times that doesn't happen. I would say it takes at least 2 to 3 minutes to get the drone up in the air in a quick situation. And then the last piece, the last con that I would talk about on this drone is no front sensors. So I've clipped a couple trees with this, run into them head on, just because I didn't see the branches poking out and I couldn't see them on the video. No front sensors on this, which is true because of how small it is, but a single front sensor or something just to help with front-facing branches, things like that would have been super helpful when you're flying at speed. But again, it is a really small drone and they couldn't include everything on it. Okay, so jumping into some of the pros about this drone, there's a lot to love about this drone. The first thing is the size. Obviously, it's called the Mavic Mini. It's super small, super packable. With this case, hard case, batteries, drone, controller, the whole shebang, I took this entire thing backpacking for a 4-day weekend, and it fit right in my backpack, added very little weight, and I took it on the entire trip. So because of how small this drone is, you can really take it anywhere. I've taken it on flights, taking it cycling in my back pocket, taking it in a fanny pack on a mountain bike ride, taking it backpacking like I mentioned. The adaptability and just the packability of this drone is one of its strengths. You can take this thing anywhere, take it out, set it up anywhere. It's great because of how small it is. To that end, the camera, considering how small and how light this drone is, in good lighting conditions, this camera takes awesome footage. So it records at a 2.7K at 30 frames per second, and then pictures are 12 megapixels. So you get some great footage with it, easy editable footage, and it just makes it really easy to put together quick videos that you can share with friends or on YouTube or wherever you may be using it. Battery life in that aspect, so I have 3 batteries with this package. Battery life is excellent. I consistently get around 30 minutes, and that's in cold weather, hot weather, high altitude, low altitude. I consistently get around 30 minutes of battery life with this drone, which is great. If it gets low, I have an additional battery. I fly it back, throw in a new battery. I can get up to an hour and 20 minutes with my 3 batteries, which is plenty of time to get all the footage that I need on a particular shot or take that I might be taking. And then the next thing, range. For a drone this small, it goes as far as you really want it to. Obviously, it's not going to go miles and miles away from you, but it's rated up to 4 kilometers. Which is plenty, I think, for most of the things I do. That is plenty of range as far as the drone goes. You can get out as far as you want. If you lose it, has GPS, it'll fly itself home. And then speed. So obviously it's not as fast as the Pro. It doesn't do 60 miles an hour. I've gotten it up to 35 in sport mode, which is plenty for most of the activities I do. For general mountain biking, hiking, boating, those types of things that I make videos for. Plenty of speed. I obviously wouldn't need any more speed with that. And then a lot of you will notice that from this drone to the next one, you're missing a lot of the auto fly functions. So it doesn't have a follow me feature. It does not have a lot of those automated autopilot features. I haven't really missed them. If you're a decent pilot, you can get most of the good shots you want with the drone. So I haven't really missed a lot of those features on this drone. Obviously, as you go bigger, you spend more, but for the price point, for the drone that you get, this is an awesome package, and I would definitely recommend it for anyone. Not a lot of cons, easily usable, and a great drone overall. Yeah, so if you like this video, if you thought it was helpful for your drone purchase, if you're looking to get into drone purchase or have any other questions or comments, feel free to throw those in the section below. Always a subscribe and like, super helpful. That's what you hear from everyone on YouTube, but great to have as well. And thanks for tuning in.